went so fast.
Yeah.
Guys, what are you planning for next year?
Sharon always has good plans.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. I actually don't have a lot.
Sorry. Put you on the spot.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's like,
Let's see. I don't have anything planned yet, but I do this thing every year in which before the beginning of New Year's, I pray into the year's theme. So just like asking God, like, oh, like what is this new year? Like, what's the theme word? So for 2015, mine was like fullness in Christ. 2016, dream big. And then 2017, this year, was activation.
ooh, girl. She's like,
So
good.
good.
I'm just like, I
Activation.
want to do this. She's like, a theme. That's so cool.
Yeah, and it's
I
so
love
crazy
it.
because God is so faithful with every theme.
Yeah.
Like 2015, mine was fullness in Christ, and I remember distinctly that day I like journaled. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna declare this like fullness in Christ because I'm like so in lack right now.
Yeah,
But I just felt it in my spirit, like really strongly. Like God is gonna bring me to fullness this year, so I just claimed it. I wrote down. I forgot what verse it is, but it's a verse where it's like, there's fullness in Christ.
It's one of them.
We'll find it. We'll find it.
It'll be below.
Yeah, one of those things. And I remember just writing like, oh, if I could find the journal, I will. But actually, let me find this and then let me
I
just,
can
like,
go while you're
Yeah.
looking.
Okay.
Okay, so I wouldn't call it a resolution, but something that I'm focusing on really big in 2018, also inspired me, is my organization, my time management, because
Okay.
I am like such a I lose track of time all the time. I'm like always like 5 minutes late. Like, why can't I just be on time? I just want to like organize my life better because I have a lot going on with like work and with church, and I want to make sure that I'm not always feeling so frazzled and like so rushed.
Me, it's so crazy because like I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, like I was checking my journal too, and I saw this thing on my resolution, and I saw know God more, you know. And it's crazy because it's this year, like 2018, like in April, that in March, that I received Jesus in my life. So it was like, oh my God, that's what I was seeking, you know. That's how lost I was, guys. And I'm just so grateful that this year was just such like craziness to me, like, you know, like receiving God and just like all these changes. It was just like up and down, but I'm grateful for all of it. And for next year, I guess like I just want to get closer to God. I just want to I want to go on missions.
Oh,
Yeah, I really
where?
want to. I was thinking going to Mozambique with a friend, like to A.D. Becker. Heidi Becker. She has like the Village of Joy thing. So I'm trying to like aim to do that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that's really what I want to do, and I want to like. I was trying to do like the 2 conferences for Hillsong. London and New York, because I might go back home, but I don't know yet. But to be honest, it's just I just want to grow, like, you know, deeper into God. And personally in my life, I don't know. I guess soul food is kind of like the 2018 focus for me. Because, you know, like, it was just so hard to be obedient. But now that we are in it, I feel like that's part of my 2018 resolution, you know, like, really be focused on that.
Alright. So
You found it?
You found it? Oh,
No,
yeah, you found it.
I have so many journals.
Oh, wow.
I was telling Devin about this, but I have so many blogs and so many different journals.
Wow.
But I wrote it in a
That's
different
so good.
journal.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, from what I remember, like 2015, I wrote it down like, oh, 2015, year of fullness. And then I wrote down the Bible verse, and then I just like started writing, like prophesying over the year, just like what God has placed in my heart. And I was like, okay, I know right now I'm in so much lack, like financially, and like everything is just like so in lack, but I know that God is gonna bring me to fullness. In 2016, dream big. That was my senior year in college, and like moving to LA. And all that stuff, I was like dreaming big and dreaming about coming to LA and starting a life here, and like, you know, and it's happening, and it's so crazy. And then 2017, activation. And activation, the whole time, Devin knows because we work together, the whole time I'm like, God, like, I don't see anything activating. Like, I don't see anything. But like, a couple of Sundays ago, Sam Lopez from our church at Hillsong, And when he was praying, he said something like, you know, guys, like the year isn't over yet. Sometimes God shows up 11:59
Yeah.
before the
For
year.
real.
And then just like thinking about soul food and this whole thing, I'm like,
Activated.
I was like, okay, God, like sometimes I guess when God speaks to you in the beginning of the year, you have to be
You have to
patient.
wait. Yeah, you have
And
to
you
be
have to
patient.
just like keep walking it out even though you don't see it coming. And then maybe on the last month of December.
The last
like,
day.
Yeah. Like,
Whoa.
yeah, God will activate something, you know?
Yeah.
So what is next year?
So 2018, I actually haven't decided yet.
Okay.
So I haven't come up with a theme. I think I still need to pray a little bit more about it and like ask God like what is my theme for 2018? Yeah.
Has anyone had any like prophetic dreams or anything or something in their soul, stirring in their soul that they feel like they need to act on for next year that they haven't acted
Oh
on
my
yet?
God.
No. So
No, you know.
it was definitely like something that I
Yeah,
needed to
I
act on
agree.
right now. I'm expecting for next year, like
Me too.
God, like I know there's something that's gonna
Yeah, it's
happen.
almost like you can feel that
Yeah.
you're on the, when you can feel when you're on the edge
on
of
the
something.
verge of something new.
And you're like, I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
it's like I know I'm on the edge.
Yeah. And it's so crazy because when you know you're on the edge, that's when the enemy tries to discourage
I
you
know.
the most.
Mhm.
Yeah. You gotta fight through it.
Yeah, I experienced that. Like, I experienced that big time this year. So much discouragement and like actually at Hillsong Conference, Joseph Prince said, where you see like the enemy trying to work in your life, you can be sure that God's working in the opposite way. So I'm like, the devil tried to discourage me all of 2017, so I know God's working to whatever he's working on, it's gonna be good because I wouldn't have experienced all of this beforehand, you know, like he's gonna bring me to something better.
Yeah.
That's so good, guys! Oh my god,
Yeah.
so
So
excited!
excited.
Oh, let's do 2019 now. Okay. Yeah, well, we're so
2018.
excited for everyone, guys, even for you. Yeah, if you have like any resolution that you want to do this year, make sure to share with us.
And I know like maybe 2017 was a hard year for some of you guys, but just know like that your story isn't over yet. Like that doesn't end there, you know? Like we know like when David was walking through, it says like, even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you're with me. It's like we walk through it. So whatever situation you're in or whatever 2017 was, just know like, you know, it's a new day, it's a new year, right? And God is, you know, bringing you through it. So don't be discouraged. Don't, you know, make camp in your valley of shadow of death and be like, this is where I live, this is what I am.
Yeah.
It
Just
came
like,
to pass.
yeah.
It always
It,
came to
it
pass.
will pass.
So good, 2018.
Yes.
Come on, let's celebrate now. Okay. Thank you guys for listening to us. You want to say something, Maya?
No, we're just praying for a good 2018 for you, and I hope that you can just grow and that you would grow in watching us too. So subscribe. We have
Don't
so
forget
much
to
more.
like.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I'm so full.
And comment. Do we say this? Comment below.
yeah,
For New
yeah,
Year's,
yeah.
Your resolutions and
But and also if you're like me and you pray for a theme or whatnot, have testimonies, make sure you share. We would love to know about it.
And if there's any way that we can support you, like we would love to do that. You can email us or just comment below. We'll be there for you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Sometimes when God doesn't answer some of my prayers, because I know like they ask
There's so
something so
much,
much
yeah.
bigger and I couldn't even understand it. But yeah, claim it. Come on, guys.
It's like when you're going and you're knocking on the door and you really want that door to be open, but it doesn't open. But it's like, instead of being discouraged, just think like, wow, okay,
There's
I thought
another
this was such a
door.
big
Yeah.
door, but apparently God has a better door for me. It's this close.
Rejection
Yeah.
is progression, guys. Rejection in every like every area of your life. Every time you have rejection, just know that it's progression. Like you're going for something so much better.
Yeah.